Let it rain, clear it out. Let it rain, clear it out. Let's get it. Let's get it. How old was I when that song came out? I feel like I had to be a teenager. That shit was forever ago. Forever ago. Anyway, I digress. How you guys doing? I said I wanted to step my game up when it comes to knowledge about Ryan Upchurch and just other things in general. I hear the criticisms and people saying that they would love if I just, step my game up with the data and the information and learn the history. So I'm interested in learning the history even more, man. I'm not ashamed to receive new information. So let's get into the Ryan Upchurch documentary that's on his channel, if I'm not mistaken. All right. It's called The Hollow Boy, The Rise of Ryan Upchurch. It was uploaded 3 years ago, and it's direct from the source. So let's get straight into it, and I hope you guys will enjoy this journey with me. Let's watch it. Like button, guys. Hit the like button. So it's a good one. That's what's up. Let's check it out.
What Ryan has is not something you can be taught. It's not something you can learn. You either have it or you don't. He was born with it.
It's just him. At the end of the day, like that's why everyone's so attracted to him. It's because the same dude you're going to see on the camera is the same dude you're going to see in the grocery store.
When people look back on this whole genre of music, he will be what is remembered. He will be the Elvis Presley for this genre. There's no doubt in my mind.
Fire.
Because he really is that guy. He's not some painted picture. That's why he's church, and that's why he's done it 100% the underground way.
I remember this one older lady there turned around and looked at me. She said, "That's your baby up there." And she goes, "They love him like they loved Elvis Presley."
Hard.
He's real. He's authentic. He's the real deal. He's not faking it. He's going to do something that hasn't been done before.
Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button if you can.
But his fans, I mean, they hang on it every word he says. He definitely is. He's their voice, because he really has a voice, and he really does use it through Instagram and through all the mediums that he has.
That's dope. Hollow Boy, Rise of Ryan Upchurch. A dope name.
I just want to be the most clean-cut, professional country boy from Tennessee who ever existed. I want to be the most diverse artist that ever existed. I want to be the dude who fucking killed country, killed rock, killed rap. I want to be that dude where they were like, how the fuck did he go from being a broke ass painter with no high school education to being this motherfucking crazy ass weird musician guy who can fucking make anything and speaks to people's soul and makes you believe in yourself through a song? That's what I want to be known for. I don't give a fuck about my cars. I don't give a fuck about real estate. I don't give a fuck if you think I'm fat, ugly, got too many fucking tattoos, teeth are fucked up. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Because there's one thing you cannot deny, that I'm a hard fucking worker and I'm good at what I do. And I want to be greater and I want to work harder in the future. I don't ever want to backtrack. I'm not the backtracking kind of guy. And even after I'm dead, I still don't want to backtrack. I want motherfuckers to be like, who in the fuck was this dude? And why in the fuck did I know about this guy when he was alive? That's what I want to be. And that's what I will be, because I said so.
I just knew from that moment. I knew that Ryan was going to be a star.
Fire. It's authentic as hell. That's real. I don't want to pause it too crazy, but that's real as hell, son. Real as hell, thing. He's authentic. Is that him?
Ryan was
The cowboy
born
hat on?
24th, 1991 in Nashville, Tennessee at Baptist Hospital. At that time, we lived on Pond Creek Road, and we lived in this little tiny trailer that we rented from a guy named Paddlefoot. God, I think that thing was like 30 years old. It had horrible carpet. It was not good. But it was fun living on Pond Creek Road. Back then, things were a lot different than they are now. You knew your neighbors. You knew half your family lived on, the same street. You didn't have to worry so much when your kid played out in the yard and things like that like you do now. It's a very different place right now, but it was a much more friendly place back then. He started talking really, really young. I remember taking him to the grocery store, and little old people absolutely loved Ryan. They would come up and talk to him, and they were always impressed because he had great vocabulary. At 15 months old, he could carry on a full conversation with a person. He had bright copper red hair. It looked like a penny. When he went out in the sun, it had like 3 different colors of red in it, like strawberry blonde, red, and this auburn red. So it just looked like his hair. It looked like a penny out in the sunlight. It was so pretty. He was beautiful.
That's
so cute. Oh gosh, let me tell you this though. When we first brought him home, dude, he was so strong. We brought him home when he was a baby.
I'm just trying to learn more about Upchurch.
Babies don't really lift themselves up or, push up off the floor, when you lay them on their belly when they're first born. But he was doing that at two weeks old. He could push himself up and his little head would just bobble back and forth. It was so cute. He had such strong upper body strength. And I remember at the hospital when he was born, he held on to the sides of the little. No, I'm not going to play. Put your baby in the little crib, whatever, with the metal rails on it.
Everybody's saying play the nasty song. All right, I'll play it. I'm trying to stay out of the business, but I'll play it because the audience is asking.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
Like, I heard some stuff, but I don't like the being family stuff, you know what I mean?
He held on to the side of it.
Out of respect for Upchurch,
they could barely pull his hands off the side of it.
Not something I cover. Unless it gets crazy.
Because he was the first grandchild. It's like he did everything with my dad, did everything with his dad. He was the baby. He was the first baby. So he was always the center of attention. He was a great brother. He was a brother when he was 4, almost 5, when we brought Aaron home. Absolutely loved him. Held him, took care of him, looked after him. He was always really, really sweet. Really good with all kids. He was really good with children, other kids his own age.
Power Ranger,
he was always sweet, giving and things like that. He wasn't confrontational at all. He
when I was a kid, bro.
He just loved everybody. When he was 16 years old, he would help my dad with his paint company. He would work with his dad sometimes. He did odd jobs here and there.
I get what you mean,
at a pretty young age. But he started writing lyrics down about that age, and until he used to carry on this toolbox, just one of the metal toolboxes that you put all your paintbrushes and stuff like that in. He would carry that around, and while he was out, if something came to him, he would write it down on whatever he had, whether it be a little piece of wood or if he could find a piece of paper, he'd write it on the back of the invoice or something. But the thing was packed full with lyrics to so many songs that are just lost now. We don't know what happened to it. Well, he might know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it. But I knew how serious he was when he started carrying that around with him and everywhere he went. He actually came to me one day and said, told me, "Mama, I want to be a country singer." And I said, "Do it, baby. Do it." And I always would tell them, if you really want to do something bad enough, you can make it happen. And it was so real to him before it ever happened. He would have dreams and visions of himself on stage, and every bit of that came true. Every bit of it.
But it's just never been seen until now. Mm-hmm. 2017, I interviewed Upchurch for the first time. Never been seen until now.
All right, what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Ryan Upchurch, and I'm from Cheatham County, Tennessee.
And how old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
How did you become a YouTube personality?
I became a YouTube personality pretty much by accident. You know, I didn't have an Instagram, I didn't have a Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, none of that stuff. And I just had a Facebook, a personal Facebook. And me and my buddies went out to a strip club one night, and some shit went down. And we ended up getting kicked out. And I made a video bitching about the situation. And somebody had taken it off my Facebook and ended up posting it on, I think it was YouTube at the time. I didn't have a YouTube then either. I didn't know how to make a YouTube account. And one day we were eating lunch at work after for lunch or whatever. At lunch, we was eating. And at work, we went on lunch break, and the chick at the restaurant was like, "Hey, you're that redneck guy off the internet." And I was like, "What? What's she talking about?" And she showed me the video that I made, bitching about the strip club we were at. And the video was called Athlete's Lip.
Yeah, I've been to a strip joint before. Never again. I'd rather get butt naked and cuddle with a dirty hobo. This girl was like, "Hey, baby, can I give you a lap dance?"
What?
No. What the fuck's on your face? Got Athlete's Lip.
So I made a video about it, and apparently it went viral. It didn't go viral, but it got a shit ton of views, enough for people to be like, "Hey, where's that redneck guy? I want to see him." No. And that's what Upchurch Redneck was made. Everybody was like, "Where's the redneck? Where's the redneck? Where's that redneck guy?" And my last name's Upchurch, so I just created Upchurch the Redneck, and that's where it started.
Hey, I'm here to tell you that I'm more countryer than you, boy. Hashtag country, hashtag music, hashtag sticks, hashtag backwards.
What's up, you damn pansies? My name's Lil Larry. You call me anything else besides Lil Larry, I'll bust you in the damn lip.
Hashtag lifted trucks, hashtag Ford, hashtag Chevy, hashtag GMC, hashtag Yoda, hashtag Toyota, hashtag Big Toyota.
They just don't sound like an old ass fucking poodle your grandma got.
It was dope. So he was just showcasing his personality, just having a good time, right? And it resonated with his audience. That's pretty dope.
Hashtag Yoda in the mud, hashtag four-wheel drive, hashtag rebel flag, hashtag Confederate flag, hashtag country boy, hashtag country girl, hashtag country boy and girl.
Everybody around town was telling me they seen 50 Shades of Grey. I thought they were talking about my cousin's C71 we spray painted last week. My favorite colors is dirt, camouflage, and rebel flags.
Hashtag country people, hashtag country folk, hashtag John Deere, hashtag green, hashtag John Deere green.
We fucking understand. Why are you wasting your life fucking hashtagging stuff?
Hashtag chair, hashtag oxygen, hashtag.
Popping up their collars and shit. Oh, look, it's the gay Dracula. Please don't suck my dick like you want to fight looking like this. I mean, bro, we go if you want to go. Where we going, motherfucker? Your mama's house? Tell her I got a fucking dick stronger than a 12-valve Cummins. Everyone has that one friend who over-exaggerates the shit he buys off Craigslist.
Gotta Ayo button that. Gotta Ayo button that. That sounded great.
Hey, yo!
Y'all ain't like it?
Crazy.
Hey, Chad, did you see my Facebook post? No, what is it? I got me a goddamn drag truck. For fucking real. Fucking this. What's it fucking look like? Shit, motherfucker, it's fast. It needs an exhaust manifold. It needs a hub assembly. It needs the back seats. It's got some mice, running around that motherfucker. But hey, fuck Stuart Little and his family. I kill all of them. I mean, I gotta drain the gas tank because the gas so old and it done got all jellified and shit. I mean, but first I gotta buy a gas tank for it though. Okay, I lied. They don't have a gas tank in it. It needs a rear axle. The brake line's dry rotted, but that ain't even nothing though. It needs a transmission. It needs a brand new motor because what's got in it is locked up and shit. It needs all new windows though. But bruh, it's a bad motherfucker. I remember the first one he made. The first one I saw him make, where he was outside pretending to work on a car.
That's how people be though. That's how people be with some big ass rims on it.
And that was at my mom's and dad's house. And I pull up and
he's messed up in the mother.
He has a wig on.
The like button, subscribe if you haven't.
And he's has one of my mom's blouses on, and he's outside just pretending like he can't fix his truck or something. And I'm like, oh my God. And yeah, that's how that started. It was really bizarre, but
that's funny as
people liked it. But he was on World Star before that, by accident. He didn't even know he was on it until he was out in public one day, and somebody said, "Oh, dude, that's the guy that was on World Star." And it was. He didn't tell me because I believe it involved a strip club. That's probably why he didn't tell me. I'm pretty sure it involved something he said to a stripper or something.
But Ryan, he started the Vine thing. Well, at that time when he had the Vine stuff, I always have something different. It's always some bullshit piece of shit. I'll always be doing burnouts. I always have some. He started the Vine thing. Well, at that time when he had the Vine stuff, I always have something different. It's always some bullshit piece of shit. I'll always be doing burnouts or whatever. Well, Ryan started filming his Vine videos as a comedian. Being funny, always just kind of laughing and cutting up, being goofy. Well, then, we started throwing in riding dirt bikes for us and some Vine videos. Then we had some of my pieces of shit. And hell, you already know he can gas me up to a burnout or something. You know what I mean? Even if it's my daily, that's all I had. I'm doing a burnout in. Especially, hell, you gonna film it? Fuck it. Yeah, we're gonna do a burnout in this.
Hey, who takes minivans through the woods? We do. I don't know. Fuck it.
Fine Creek.
Oh, they about to wild out.
Minivan doing work.
Dude.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you stuck? You gotta get out and push that joint.
Shit. Fuck it, haul ass. Hey, put it in reverse. Hey, no, put it in reverse.
Hey, wow. Nah, that mud gonna go all over them, bro.
Oh, shit, don't stop.
No. They was out here wilding, bro. Holy smokes. Wow, it's dope to even have moments like this, yo. Documented so you can go back and look at it, all the good times that you had.
Oh, fuck! Some bitch about ran me over.
Wow.
And that's how you do it. Just gonna sling a fucking rod. It's going down now. You cannot, dude, don't even think about stopping.
They wild. They wild as hell. Muddin? This is what muddin is? I'm learning something new right now. This is what muddin is?
Oh, we're gonna sink it, son. I ain't stopping. And he's on the cell
Y'all be
phone.
looking at me like I'm a weirdo. I'll put a whole suit on. I'll do it. I'll put a whole suit on. He's like, you got a hazmat suit on? Niggas could look at me and tell, he from the city. That's the city boy right there. The one with the suit looking like McFly from Back into the Future. The whole radioactive suit on, nigga, for some mud.
Oh, God!
I was doing that shit first. Yeah, this looks fun.
Executive. Hit it, fuck it.
Oh!
It fucking made it though. Concrete shit. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Oh, Joey.
Do I have to push it out?
So over here, these guys are stuff in the creek and stuff.
My man, like, I know these mother effers did not go mudded in my backyard. Man, that got to be something that they got to be annoying. You used to it though, right? If people going mudding over there all the time. But let's see if he's cool about it. Cool about it? Okay. Pull that thing up out of there.
Do the Vine thing. And then
Doing that with a minivan is crazy though. I know why people watch that. That's wow. Of course you about to get stuck. That shit ain't built for that.
Get a little dabbling in the music and stuff.
To just have the
or having
what you call it. I guess you could say being fearless, right? And just being fun and spontaneous enough to say, let's just try it. Let's just do it. Why not?
I remember when he was in the Vine stuff, there was a couple people that would stick out during the Vine days, you know what I mean, that would become famous for their Vine stuff. Well, you know, I didn't really care how. I was like, you know, that's computer stuff. I'm not into that, you know what I mean? But Ryan, I could see he was getting more and more into that and watching their videos and kind of seeing, you know, what they're doing.
To the catchy mother.
Like that. But yeah, the Vine days was fun. And then one time we called this dude and told him his two-wheel drive truck
was different.
Was on the cover of 4x4 magazine. And this dude was so gullible that he believed us. We prank called him. Man, and you know, we knew we was going to see this dude probably that afternoon or the afternoon after that. And man, we done that and never told him all about it. Well, a month went by, and this dude told everybody in Ashland City that his two-wheel drive Ford Ranger was going to be on the cover of a 4x4 magazine. Finally, he told us again about it, and me and Ryan looked at each other. We bust out laughing. We was like, bro, we were joking, man. Like, that was us that called you. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, no, for real, it's going to be on the cover. Like, bro, that was us that called you. It wasn't about a month ago. He's like, yeah. Like, dude, it was us. You know, that we would prank call people all the time and kind of be like,
that's crazy.
There was a lot of those videos. And then Ryan
getting that off
would say somebody, he'd make up a rap.
Prank calling the hell out of people. This is all on Vine. Yeah, Vine was a different space back in the day, boy.
Stuff like that. It was kind of funny.
It was different.
And then that's when he started being able to change. You know, I remember him starting being able to change words and lyrics and stuff like that. I mean, he'd be riding around the truck, and a song would come on, and we would kind of keep up the same beat, but then change the lyric to it. You know what I mean? Just riding around bullshitting, and at the time we never thought anything of it. So I think the whole time we was in the construction thing, that's when Vine first started, because I think that's when MySpace was kind of was dying at that point.
Yeah,
I remember
MySpace. Nigga.
It started getting popular.
I remember MySpace.
That's when Bobby was
I wasn't even a public figure getting in trouble for talking shit. I was just talking. People used to be mad as hell on MySpace.
Nation comes in because he sees him just making silly videos and messing around, and he can see something in Ryan. He saw something there, and so he reached out to him and offered him a sponsorship. He was so excited. That was the first thing that ever really came into play. We're like, oh, dude, this really might go somewhere.
When I met Ryan, first of all, I proposed the idea for him to do this for a living, to do social media, and he just was like trying to herd cats. You know, he just had no clue.
Okay, so I've heard this name multiple times, right? Now I'm so glad that I'm watching this documentary. This has actually put me onto some information.
For him to do this for a living, to do social media, and he just was like trying to herd cats. Right? You know, he just had no clue that was even a possibility. And I said, listen, man, you know, you've got this thing going, and I think you have that it factor as far as you connect with people, you're genuine, they feel that. And he wanted to do the music. This was the vehicle at first that was that got the most.
I'm seeing different things in the comments section.
That was always in his mind, you know, every time that we talked and all that. That was immediately to the forefront. It's like, I want to get to talk to people and know them, but the music was paramount.
Are you nasty?
When I first met Ryan, I just...
All right, so put me on to that. Then if I got a video that explains that, send that to me. I'll check it out.
Wanted him to be able to do this for a living and provide for his family. And if that meant him just being a person on YouTube or this, or being a social influencer, then so be it. But, you know, he really wanted to do this music thing, and I wanted to make sure that I gave him every opportunity, support-wise, to be able to do that because it was so important to him. And, you know, our company has always supported the independent artist. We've always supported the underdog. And what I saw in Ryan was a bunch of people dismissing him, maybe teachers or this or that, with his, you know, the way that Ryan is. But what they don't understand is that's why he is who he is. Because of the things that they thought were wrong. The things that they thought he didn't march to the beat of the right drum. He didn't march to the rules that they set. But what happens is we fall in that rut and you just do that. You march to orders. You don't get what you've got now. You don't get, Ryan. You don't get those breakout stars.
Shoot, I probably wouldn't be nothing on YouTube if I followed the trends and just went with whatever the sheep and bots was doing. But because I speak for myself, I do get a lot of hate, but I get a lot of love, man. A lot of people that are truth tellers, they see me and they know what it is, man.
Talent in me, when I didn't even see talent in me, I had no idea. Because, when I first started making all the videos and stuff, I was still working on a construction site for my family company. It was Upchurch Renovations. And, he hit me up one day. He's like, kid, he's like, you're on to something. He's like, you keep making these videos and you keep gaining more and more followers, and you're just simply saying, what's on your mind. There's a lot of other people that feel just like you about the same situation. And, at first I kind of brushed it off. I was like, nah, I'm good. I can't be a YouTuber. I don't know how, And then he coached me through it, and I told him, I was like, man, I can't quit my job. What little I'm making doing this job is, barely getting me through the week, and it's getting me by. And he was like, well, he's like, we'll do something where, I'll tell you what, you wear our clothes, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. Something happens, and you start gaining more and more and more and more, and we'll do more to help each other. And that's what we've done. He's not even like a business partner anymore. He's not like.
So what did he do?
He is a business partner, but it's not like he's a business partner anymore. It's like
you guys got to put me on, man. What did he do?
Part of my family. I'm related to this guy. We genuinely both love each other and care for each other now because he believed in me. And I was listening to somebody I didn't know, and he took a chance on taking in somebody he didn't know. And I would never want to rep anything else besides recognition.
Okay.
And I saw that like early on. He wasn't just like, I want to be a country rapper. He wasn't like that at all. He basically said, listen, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I live. And I rap. And that's really what country rap is supposed to be about. It's about taking things from regular rap that they may identify.
You guys are saying that he turned into a snake. I want to know when. When did he turn into a snake, and how did he turn into a snake? What did he do? If y'all can send me a video explaining it, I'll love to look at that because I want to know more about the history in general. Right, but I don't know. You made a video explaining it? Send it to me if you can. Say Upchurch made a video? Yeah, let me know.
I'll react to that. That we can't because we don't live that way. We don't live in urban areas.
He was trying to ruin Ryan.
And that's how it started.
Yeah. Send that to me. Send it to me.
But that was just the beginning. That was the alpha. And that was how it then started. Because then he started growing as an artist. He started experimenting. He started trying new things and putting influences and little tiny things.
You got jealous?
All different genres into that. And then basically kind of evolved into its own genre, if you want.
I grew up in the country, so my whole entire life, I listened to the country. Anything from, Hank to Clint Black to freaking Betsy Cline to Jason Aldean, Justin Moore to freaking Clay Walker, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, Gretchen Wilson. Come on, man. I grew up in the country. Everyone listens to country music in the country. Even though I did grow up in the country, I was still a young dude that was, being exposed to other types of music through school or friends. I knew who Eminem was when he came out. Who didn't know who Eminem was when he came out? My love for rap was just, I didn't know how to write a country song at the time. I didn't even know where to start.
I'm going to look it up after this to see if I can find a video.
I knew how to rhyme words. So I would write rap songs just about stuff I knew. Just about shit we do out here in the country. Shit I do with my buddies on the weekend. I didn't know that I was writing something that was going to be so fucking hated by a lot of people. Well, you can't mix country with rap. People are always, yelling about that. Ooh, you can't mix country with rap.
Do whatever you want. Like, who the hell does they to tell you what you can do? Like, I hate that. I really do hate that. People feel like they can control you.
Johnny Cash is a perfect example of you can do whatever you want in country, and Eminem is a perfect example of you can do whatever you want in rap. You can say it don't go together all you want to, but how does it not go together? Music is always evolving. Anybody who thinks it just don't go together, obviously never listened to talking blues or even know what the talking blues is back in the 40s and 50s. that was a country song where someone was talking and writing words the whole time. I mean, don't hate on a country rapper for calling it country rap. I mean, I personally don't call it that. I call it hip hop music. When I do rap, it's hip hop music. I'm rapping. It's not its own thing.
Yeah, that's right.
It is rap. It's just coming from a country guy who grew up in a country atmosphere. The name of my first project was Cheatham County. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to make some songs that me and my buddies can jam to and listen to. Songs that are, relatively about us. And I made it, and I called it Cheatham County because that's where we're all from. And I posted it on iTunes and got the fucking response I didn't think I was going to get.
I'll never forget the day when I remember it was taking a turn. He always did music and things like that. That was that was where his heart was music. And I remember the day when he realized how many followers he had. And he came to me and he said, you know what, Mama? He said, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to throw one of my songs up there and see what happens. And I was like, do it.
Hey.
Do it. And there she goes. He was, I'm in.
He wasn't afraid, man. He went out, he took that leap of faith, right? I think a lot of people get anxiety, especially as artists, before they put out a song. Like, I don't know if people are going to like it. That's why I just be tossing shit out there. Throw it out.
100%. He's like, that was it. That he just wanted to test the water. I guess he wanted to see how it would be accepted. Because you always question how good you are at something. And you're kind of fearful of what the response might be, because you may think you have talent, and the people around you who love you may tell you have talent, but but putting it out there is really scary. And I think he wasn't really expecting it to be so well received, and it was. And that was it. After that, he knew he was on something, and he should have it. I'm very proud of him for that.
Gambling with the roosters, even with all the Kentucky coppers. I be cooking.
This ain't hard. This ain't hard, man. It's rocking. And they put the whole music video on there? Well, they put the hell out of that, boys. It was good way, though.
Sing something. I think it was a Justin Moore song, maybe. Yeah, it was a Justin Moore song. It was In the Bed of My Shed. It was the first cover I ever put on Instagram, and it got a really good feedback. So I just started doing other covers, and I figured, you know what? They've gave me the confidence. My people who watch my stuff have given me the confidence to, at least make me think I can sing. So, and then that's when I wrote Stuck on 17, and I put it out, and it got a really good response. And then my first country music video that I put out was Rolling Stone, and that got such a big response. I still don't even know how to think about it. It's only been out for 3 months, and it's got like 6 million views. That's crazy for somebody.
That is wild.
Somebody like me. That's blows my mind. The Chicken Willie album is more of a sentimental memory to me in my career. With the loss of my grandfather, that really lit the fire underneath my ass to do what I wanted to do. Right at the time between Heart of America and Chicken Willie, the albums, there was a time in my life.
It's over 100 million now?
Doubt. I didn't think I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, with my life.
In the game, yes, it's over 100 million now. Out here killing the game. And this is what you get when you work hard, you be yourself, and you go against the establishment, man.
I didn't think this music stuff was going to work out. And actually thought
achieve your dreams.
After Heart of America came out, and I sit there and thought, and I knew if my grandfather was here and he seen the impact I was making on people, and he seen what I was doing, my team was doing, he would stand behind it 100%. And it really it boosted me back to life and just made me want to just do better and better and better and better on every project, everything I do, every lyric, every beat, everything all around about it made me want to do everything better every time. And when I thought of that, you know, the thought of him watching down on me or being here to kind of see what was going on, it really just energizes me up. And I just want to be the best now, and I ain't never going to stop, and I ain't going to let nobody stop me from what I'm doing.
He was always motivated. That's what I'm noticing. I'm picking up. He was always motivated, always had a skill set, high level. He's always true to himself.
So that's why I named the album Chicken Willie, because that's his nickname. His real name is William Burgess. He's had the name Chicken Willie forever. You know, my grandfather was a real big gamecock fighter. You can ask about him in Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi. And you ask anybody who is over the age of 50 or 60 that fights chickens or has fought chickens, and I can guarantee you they know exactly who he is. And I can guarantee you they've got chickens of his bloodline still to this day.
Crazy.
Back during that time, he wanted to start going on the road, doing some little, gigs, his first gigs. And I remember the very first one he wanted to do, he needed like $750 to go do it. And that was my rent money. And so I was like, he said, I'll give it back to you when I come home. I'll go do it and I'll get paid and all this and the other. And he went and did that. He did. He left and went and did that show and didn't make any money. So we together had to struggle together to get my rent paid that week. But after that, when he did that, it was like he realized people actually came out. People came out. I think every time in the very, very beginning, like when he dropped the first song, when he did the first video or he did the first show, I think he was always so surprised that people wanted to watch, that people wanted to see him. He was really good. And I don't think he really knew how good he was at that point. It was just him and Cliffy. Feeling. They didn't have kid at that, for a long time.
That's a beautiful feeling, right? You're just going out, performing, and people are actually coming out and seeing him, man, because his music is resonating with people. That's a dope feeling.
You have kid in the picture. But him and Cliffy did it like it was nothing. And it's so weird because to think about the very first shows that they did, driving away in the little van, it was just him and Cliffy and the keyboard and a microphone. And it's come so far. But, dude, they were doing it, and they were killing it, and people were loving it.
I guess when I really first came in, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I guess Ryan didn't really know what to expect either. There was only a few couple shows that there wasn't a lot of people at, but for the most part, there was a lot of people at every show. So the only thing I guess me and him really always talked about was progressing the show and making the show better, because that's my job. Is to take what he does in the studio and perform it live in front of people. I guess it didn't start off like us being picky about it. Like we just wanted to do shows, and now I guess we're more like
whatever gets you there.
We want to put on a better show. Like back then it was just about getting to the show and making sure that we did them. It's changed a lot, but it's still the same in a lot of ways. Like we're still growing. So, and I think that's cool too. Like. I've been with something since day one, kind of, and watched the whole progression, and we're still progressing.
Growth. It was a process of just going out there, right? Oh, I want to hear what the Book of Nature has to say. But going out there, right, and just performing your songs, and now we actually putting on a show, right? I love hearing that.
There was a time when I was trying to tell the venues, like, look, you got to believe in this. This kid is the next biggest thing. And they wouldn't give us shows. But now all those venues blow up our phones or emails or text messages begging for shows.
And then he was doing like small shows and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, you're getting heavy into it. And I remember him giving me, between all that time, he had gave me a stack of cards. I still got a whole bunch of them too, to pass out, like promote. You know what I mean? Like look him up on Instagram or Facebook and blah, 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 blah. These cards, double-sided. And I remember just I'd be driving in the road and throw a whole handful of them out the fucking window. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew somebody would pick them up. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is this?
Leaving them out.
I'd throw a whole bunch of them out on the sidewalk or whatever. Whether a person picks them up, throw them in the trash, or pick them up to look at them, they've seen it regardless. So that's being promoted. Right. You know what I mean?
Dude, I remember being
fam, I understand that. I 100% understand that. When I was young, I think I was like maybe 14, I ended up getting a job promoting, right? It was for a company that was doing like apartments and sales and things like that for houses, right? But I was going out there and like passing out cards and things like that. And I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot from that.
In Clarksville, Tennessee, sitting there. And it was like one of the first times we sold out the warehouse, probably close to 500 or something. I'm sitting there. The bar guy said, "Hey man, can you come outside with me?" I said, "Sure." I didn't think anything was going to happen. I go out there. Next thing I know, there's a biker brawl going on, and he's taking me out. There's like his backup. What? Next thing I know, somebody climbs my back, starts choking me out. I end up jumping backwards, landing on the person. I look over, my buddy.
What the hell is going on? That's crazy.
He's choking a biker out. Next thing I know, I get up and a laser's being pointed on me by some SWAT team guy. I go inside and Ryan's like, "Everything all right with you?" I was like, "Dude, I just got choked out in the parking lot." That was the kind of shit we dealt with.
And I think the reality hit.
It was that crazy. I guess when you're first and up and coming and you're not prepared because the guy didn't give you no kind of warning, that's the stuff you're going to have to deal with.
At Mercy Lounge in Nashville. That was the first show that I went to, and I nearly passed out. I had no idea that place was packed, and that was in the early beginning. And it was overwhelming. It was so overwhelming. I had no idea, and he has such great stage presence. And he was so good. It was so obvious. It was naturally. That was what he was supposed to be doing. It was just came to him naturally. And he was so authentic. And it was just so, it was such a good show. And it kind of like took me back a minute that many people came out to see my son perform. And it just, I literally.
It wasn't been getting down.
I mean, and they're like, I remember this one older lady there turned around and looked at me and she said, "That's your baby up there." And she goes, "They love him like they loved Elvis Presley." And I was like, holy crap.
That was fun for me. The reason being is I already had a band.
That's fire.
I just DJ versus drums. It's me and Kid. And we've been doing that for 10 years. So it was an easy fit. It was pretty much me going, "Hey, I got a drummer." And we rehearsed him. Literally 20 seconds in, we look over and Ryan had his shirt off and was headbanging and said he was hired. So that was the extent of Kid getting hired.
Our rehearsal was pretty much Ryan showing up in a loud-ass Mustang outside of one of those studio places in Nashville. Jumps out. He's like, "Fuck yeah, let's do this." He goes inside. We just pretty much just start playing through all these songs, and he's just sitting there literally dancing and doing the Running Man while we're playing these songs. I'm sitting there tripping all day hoping I'm prepared enough, and this guy's just over here raging and rocking. He's like, "Sounds good."
Fire.
And that was that. We just
came
started hitting it up. We started playing shows.
I mean, it came natural, fam. It wasn't like something that had to be faked.
And we took things just on to where they are now. Like, I knew I was now playing with Upchurch, but it wasn't like that was my brother yet and we were in this for life. We're just riding it out. And dude, it was awesome. That was fun. I like the challenge of just playing with the DJ. It's different than playing with a band kind of scenario. But at the same time, we're presenting this kind of rap thing in an organic way, trying to like make it where it's ideally just the more you can connect with people. And I feel like we did a good job of it. Budget wise was different. We're riding around in our rental van, sleeping across a back seat with seatbelts up your ass, trying to sit there and make yourself comfortable.
What?
And honestly, it was thrilling. If we could have a hotel room with each our own bed, we're just working with it. We're making it happen.
Before the show starts, they'll go back and forth, and Kid will fucking and freaking click his other bed, just
that sound
they're just going back and forth making this epic sound. And while they're doing it, they're playing songs like Hillbilly Deluxe and freaking Eminem and freaking Yellow Wolf, and it just sounds so badass. And that gets everybody pumped up. And then that's when Cliffy tells me, Upchurch is coming on stage, whatever, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm tuning this on this time, just know what he really says. But he introduces me, and I come on stage, and it gets me hyped too. They're not only getting the crowd hyped, they're getting me fucking hyped. And when I get on stage and I'm hyped, bro, I got ADHD. You gotta understand. When I start hearing the beats and freaking people like, I'm just like, and I'm ready to fucking go, motherfucker. I'm ready to get on stage, fucking rock that shit.
Videos of him performing this song live. It went crazy. Audience was losing their minds, fam.
We were working our ass off.
Kept listening.
We were doing 4 days a week, literally leaving on a Monday, doing shows Wednesday, literally leaving on a Monday, doing shows Wednesday, doing like little small rinky-dink shows. We would have a show in like Florida, but we would hit the little rinky-dink shows on the way just to cover gas and stuff, not making a whole lot of money. Go do this show down here that actually would pay for the trip, and then maybe hit another couple of shows, and it got to where we were doing 12 shows a month. That's almost half the month doing shows on the road. And there's
12 shows a month. You doing like 3 shows a week. That's crazy.
We would do a show,
it's a lot of work,
drive
especially
8, 10 hours, do a show that night, drive 8, 10 hours to another show. But that's what we were having to do in the beginning, because it wasn't good enough to go just do one show.
And then we go from 50 people. The first time we came in, the next time be 200 people, and it just kept building. And it was happening so fast that, we were having, we made mistakes along the way. At the beginning, we would ask for whatever the price was, a couple $1,000s. And then we learned real quick, like,
nah. That's especially when you have a demand. Nah.
You got there and they sold 1,000 tickets. They made, and then we're doing the math in our head, like, damn, they made 20 grand a night. We made $1,000. Right. So it made us smarter. We started putting back ends on it, on things. We learned how to create a contract on our own. We learned the do's and don'ts. We learned the things that we will, maybe come down a little, and certain things that we're going to stand true to, and there's just no negotiation.
I'm about to grab a coffee real quick, guys. I'm still plugged up to wireless headphones. I'm listening.
And I was like, this is, it's like for real happening. You're for real getting big. I told Ryan back then, I was like, he wasn't as big as he is now, but I was like, you made it.
A lot of it would be the venues, because you go from playing the hole in the walls with no sound guy to playing a real venue with a real green room and a real sound guy and a real writer, stuff like that.
See, and that's the thing. Up and coming artists, they don't want to put in the work and go through all the stuff Upchurch had to do in order to get to where he's at now. Right? Remember when that one dude called in, and I want to keep dumping on people, but one guy, this is a good example, called and was like, why doesn't Upchurch give me shout outs? Why does he let me feature on one of his songs so I could boost my career? And I was like, how many songs you got? I don't even have any because I haven't been able to learn how to record an engine. You're not even willing to put in the work, but you begging to do collabs with Upchurch? Like, what does that make? An artist, they don't want to go through doing the shows and not getting paid, doing the shows and getting paid a little, right? Traveling from state to state and city to city just to perform for your supporters. They don't want to go through that. They want everything to be easy bake and done for them. Upchurch, because he's independent and he's against the system, right? He's going to do things the real way, organically, is willing to go and put the work in. And that's why he's where he's at now. He earned it.
On the
straight up earned it.
They forget about or just don't include.
Well, early on when we would go do he would do meet and greets.
He said ain't got no songs because he's a bitch.
This can't happen when you get to a certain level because it gets kind of wild. But we would play a show, maybe a couple thousand people, maybe 1,000 people, maybe 800, and every single person.
I'm addicted to this damn French vanilla coffee.
He would say he's going to do a free meet and greet, which is really awesome. He would spend 3 hours talking to these people. Thing is, Ryan's the kind of guy, he won't sit there and like nudge them along. He won't even tell one of his staff to nudge them along. He will sit there and talk for 5, 10, 20 minutes with each of these people until someone finally steps in and goes, hey, dude, there's like 1,000 people waiting to talk to you. But these people, the look in their eye when they come up and talk to them, they talk to them as if they've known them their whole life. Or they're meeting some author that wrote a book that changed their life. That's awesome.
Because he's out here like that.
Also, it's neat watching.
He's not just putting out bull crap. When you put something out that resonates and has meaning, people relate to it and they rock with you, man. And it touches them deep in their soul, right? And that's a beautiful thing. That's what happens when you're a real artist, right? He's not just a rapper. He's not just a singer. He goes beyond that.
Watching Ryan deal with it. To me, that's
real.
one of the ways I recognize his star power.
Yeah, he is an author.
And he handled it without getting a big head. That's rare.
Even at the shows, it's not like you're these people just showing up and you're just signing something and taking a picture and that's it. Like the venues literally get mad at me because when I do like meet and greets and stuff, I don't want to just sign something and take a picture with you and that's it. Like they get mad because my meet and greets last like 4 or 5 hours, you know, because I want to talk to each individual person. I can't help it. That's just how I am. And, you know, they'll be like, yo, move along. And I'm like, yo, it's my fucking show, dog. If I want to talk to him, I want to talk to him. And that meet and greets end up lasting 3-4 hours because I really like getting in touch with my supporters.
That's what's up. That's why I live stream so much. Like, why you be live streaming for like 7 hours? Because I enjoy talking to my supporters. And we don't even have to have topics. I could be on here talking to you guys for hours, bro. I've done it.
Get a call from Tubbs, which was his manager at the time. He said, hey, Ryan wants you to come shoot some videos. Would you be able to come out to Cheatham County? So
guys, hit the like button.
Definitely, I'll make.
Do me a favor, hit the like button. Make sure you check out the original, go and subscribe, and check out Ryan Upchurch's music just in general. He got a lot of dope, fire, more heat coming out. Go and get tickets to his shows, man. It might be in the city near you. They added bonus shows too as well. Make sure you check out the schedule. Follow him on Instagram as well. And make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. Hit the like button. Share this video.
This happened. So I left Houston and I packed up all my equipment in the car and I drove out to Cheatham County. I remember specifically this trip was the start of it all. This was the first time I got to work with Ryan one-on-one. That trip specifically, I stayed for about 5 days. And within those 5 days, we shot the video for Ghost, The Old Days with Justin Adams, and Summer Love.
I'm priceless.
So the guys made these videos. It's pretty cool. My man got the pirate shirt on. My man looking like Luffy. Came out here. Shout out to my anime fans that know what that is. Upchurch really does remind me of Luffy from One Piece. I ain't going front. If you know about One Piece, he reminds me a lot of Luffy. I thought he almost fell down. I thought he almost fell. I thought he fell down. Guys, how's my audio? Is my audio still good? Let me know if it's messing up.
Stayed up for about 4 or 5 days in his little trailer, in the studio outside of the trailer. And we just sat together, stayed up and edited these videos. And that was the first time he really got to be a part of the process of filming and editing and really directing everything and taking me to
I can't wait to knock out some damn music videos, man, just for the fun of it. Right? But he's killing it. Let's be clear, man. You look at the qualities of these videos, even back when he first started, they always was high level, right? Because he came with a certain type of energy, right? You just couldn't be fake with that. You could see that and tell that it's real.
Locations that really meant a lot to him.
And shit.
And telling me all the stories about all these locations.
That's one thing I definitely noticed. It looks like he has so much fun when he does music videos.
And why they were important to him. Really gave a backstory to it.
Oh, that's loose. Okay.
We were doing.
All right, I know exactly what it is. I just never seen him. This is putting a face to the name.
I think that was the first time.
Yeah, his videos is dope as hell.
He found someone that was willing to work on his level, and same with me. I worked with 40 different artists prior to him, and that was the first time I really saw someone super dedicated and willing to give me 100% of their time, and I was willing to give them 100% of me as well. And I think that's why we bonded so well. I went back to Texas, and Ryan and me stayed in contact with each other almost daily. And he was sitting on those 3 videos, and as he was releasing them, he was getting mixed feedback. I remember when he dropped the Ghost video, a lot of people were saying, oh, he's sold out. Look at the quality now. Look at the Illuminati sign on the end of the videos. What? And he really fed into all that, man. And he really liked the controversy. He was telling me, man, I really want you to be a part of this team. I love the way that we work together and the way that we vibe. Would you consider moving down here? Would you consider moving down to Cheatham County and being a part of this? And things were just going so fast. You know, I don't think we ever really took a second to
build his own team, man,
and really stopped to soak it in. Even through,
I love hearing stuff like this. I love hearing about independence and building your own team and all that shit, man. I love it.
Throughout the full 3 years, I don't think we ever, maybe a handful of times, but we never really stopped to sit back and look at what we were doing. So a couple weeks later, you know, after filming and going on tour, he ended up moving into this house. And I remember that was a big thing for him. You know, the trailer really defined who he was and who his character was, but to be able to move and, you know, to be able to save up that money and afford to be able to buy a house.
Fire, man.
House from music and through the YouTube videos and the Vine videos he was making. I know that really meant a lot to him, and it added a whole new energy to what we were able to do. So we moved into that house, and that's when we really turned up. That's when we were shooting videos like Johnny Cash, Bloodshed, and
Fire. Crazy part is, I've heard this song, never saw this music video. This should look dope as hell.
Back road, so I paint the lines to take my way. And these frame pics on my wall, my top 10s on these music charts.
Video look, I didn't take a smoke break at all.
And it really opened up his mind and his lyrics. And
yo, the lamps in the car look fire. The lamps in the car look fire. I would like to have seen which.
And I know, you know,
they putting out content like crazy, man. I love seeing stuff like that, especially independent, right? Because people believe you can't build that stuff and build your own team, right? And be true to yourself, right? And like eventually get up there where you don't have to be where the industry is. You know what I mean? Right? You don't got to be with the fakes. You don't got to be with the nasties. You know what I mean? That's real. I love seeing that. Independent. You don't need to sell your soul. Go out there, be true to yourself, build your own team, and you can get there, especially if you're talented. You know what I mean? But then you can only get there if you have the, I guess, the heart to go out there on your own. People be so afraid. Go out there, put the work in. Put the work in.
So we had a lot of conversations about upping the production, and that's when he met Stoner.
I remember Ryan gave me a CD. It was like a burn CD, and it had like 20-something
Thomas Stoner.
And
I heard a few of his records.
Really, the first time I really listened to his music, because I had heard Rolling Stone, and I heard maybe one other, maybe Ghost, and I heard it, and that CD was what eventually would be King of Dixie after we filtered through some of those songs, and I added some songs as well. And yeah, that was the first time. Well, my first impression with him, period, I think, was I was surprised because I didn't really know what to expect, because I hadn't really worked with any country rappers prior to that. And I didn't really want to be honest. And but I had heard of him, and he was different, and he wasn't like any of the other people. So I think that was my first impression, was that I was kind of surprised at how nice he was and his work ethic. And then I was also surprised in the studio, his writing method, you know, how he writes and how quickly he writes. And not just quickly, but like good. Like he'll come up with something insanely dope.
He's a beast.
10 seconds. It takes him no time at all to form a story.
That's how he said.
Sometimes he'll let them.
Yeah, Upchurch is a beast. He writes fast as hell, and it's not like weak sauce either. Right? When you write fast, be fired in a mother effer, right? It's because when you're talented and you're used to doing something in repetition, you get good as hell at it, right?
Music,
this is how it is.
Teach a story, but sometimes he'll come up with stuff with no music whatsoever, and it's just flowing out of him. I think most of the time it's easy for him because he bases all all his stories off of experience, you know, like something that's happened to him or a friend or a family or whatever. And so the stories for him just kind of come out. And I think another thing too is he's recorded so much. I mean, even just with me, we've recorded, I don't know if I could guess the amount of songs, but well over 100 songs easily.
They probably got a lot of unreleased.
He records a ton, so that's practice, you know, that's like hours at the gym.
We've been in the studio, he's recording a song, but he's thinking about something. And over here on his phone and write a whole other song. As he's supposed to be recording the song right here. You know what I mean? He'll write 2 or 3 songs and then he'll do them and listen to them and be like, well, you know, fuck it. No, I take him through it. And I'm like, dude, that sounds good as hell. But they're not to his standard.
He's a beast. Facts. He's a beast, man. That comes from being a highly talented person and doing it in repetition. Doing it a huge amount of time.
No more. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he's in there when we just got back from a run of shows just because he's got something fresh on his mind or whatever. Sometimes I'm like, damn it, Ryan, you're not going to have a voice by the next show.
You know, it's a little bit of a different kind of outfit. We're not your band that's sitting in the garage every day, hashing out, trying to figure out the right chord to play. You know, it's more, you know, luckily these are really talented people. So it's like, you know, church would just say, you know, hey, I got this little idea for a melody. And it would kind of go from there. So I would get handed a song or an idea. So if I was lucky enough, I could play it at home the night before and kind of build what I maybe wanted to bring to it. And then we got together and we just did it. Honestly, it's really supportive. There wasn't no ego or like, you know, screw you, do it this way. If anything, I was begging Ryan to like correct me because it almost made me nervous. He was so for whatever I wanted to bring to the table. I'm not used to that. You know, a lot of guys, even if maybe you did something well, they feel the need to, you know, he just was so supportive of all that being that way. I'm like, Ryan, if there's something you don't like I'm doing, just tell me. It's okay. I said, oh, it's cool. It's awesome. Killed it. I'm like, okay.
Back in the early stages, we had to drive 45 minutes, an hour to the studio that we were using in the beginning. And we would get there. I mean, we could have the worst horrible day. We could get there and he was happy, smile on his face. I mean, there was literally...
It's because the creation process is probably therapeutic time. It's probably therapeutic, man.
That, to me, I know is his mindset, which now I do. Back then, it was just like, hey, he really enjoys doing it. But now that I've been around him a lot longer, I really know, you know, that's 100% where his heart and passion for real is.
King of Dixie, was such a blend, and so really we did a lot of real country stuff and rap stuff that after that we had to decide, you know, what to do next and where to focus next. So I would say after King of Dixie, you know, we went into rap stuff and then switched over to rock at some point, but it definitely wasn't at first. It was mostly just rap stuff at first. The road I'm on is place.
Fire-ass songs. So he got into his rock bag, killing this though, killing this, right? No even hesitation. He out here bodying it.
Must lead into another lifetime.
Yeah, that was all that record right there. Fire song.
Came up
video
from his
too.
Country roots and his country background and his country rap background. I didn't know what the response would be as far as the sales. And then when they dropped the Creeker album, it went #1. And I really knew at that time, I was like, this is not just an artist that's putting out music. This is a movement. There's really something behind this right here. What he's working on.
Because it's honest. It's real, fam. It's not that cookie cutter bull crap that they pushing out here with mainstream.
But he's building.
Right, I'm telling you, people want realness.
More.
It's tired of the fake.
You know, it's really reminded me at that time, I'm really becoming a part of something bigger than myself.
When the rock came along, I got excited just because I'm a rock drummer. I love that stuff. So I was like, yes, we get to pound it out. You know, we can do this. And I knew he liked Alice in Chains. I knew he liked really cool '90s, older than that, newer than that influences that we're gonna equate to a cool sound. And so once I heard what was happening, I dug it. If anything, I was jealous because I wasn't on Creeker 1. A lot of people think I was, and that's not even me. I was busy doing a bunch of other things, and Stoner killed the drums on that album. That was all.
Hey, you was out here killing it on the other joints, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You good? You good, player? I ain't mad at it. I keep on doing that.
But I was like, oh man, I'm dying.
I'm killing it.
Which I was. I was on that one. That was cool. But he did it. I think a lot of the reason Ryan is able to genre hop, I told a few people a version of this, is because he doesn't overthink it. He just releases it. Most artists just freak out and wear themselves out and second guess themselves so many times throughout the process and stress over their one album a year and rewrite probably 20 good ideas that should have been left alone. You know, and where it's not that what he's doing is simplified, but he just doesn't complicate the formula. He releases it from his brain. He allows the talent to catch what comes out of his brain and just quickly make it to a song.
It's from him to the fans. Straight from him to the fans without all that extra BS, right? Without all the industry bull crap to be like shoved down metaphorically down the supporters' throats. Like, I hate that kind of stuff, right? I hate that kind of stuff. Right. And it's super dope that we have artists like Ryan Upchurch is not afraid to be himself, right? And go against all the disgusting fake bullcrap that we get on a regular basis. I'm sick of hearing the same song, nigga. I'm sick of hearing the same songs from mainstream, bro.
That's a lot of the reason why he mainly works with TTs, because he's there, he's ready for those whimsical moments where he just boom, make it happen. Another beauty of being independent. You don't have this label set up. Okay, well, next month on the 3rd of July, we're going to get together and work on this album. And it's like, no, it's just like, I'm feeling it. Let's do it. This douchebag on the internet messed with me. I'm going to do this song. I'm going to do, and just keeps it coming. And I think that's a beauty that more artists need to understand. Instead of
do whatever you want.
Yourself on the back about one song they're releasing all year. Be an artist. Keep creating.
Do whatever you want.
Creating. So as long as he stays with that, I don't see why he can't do different kinds of genres.
And my goals for the road were to get us out of the van. You know, we were traveling in a Ford Transit van at the time, and it was like 8 of us crammed in there. And I knew that it was very important to make Ryan comfortable, and the more comfortable he was, the better show that he was able to give. So, you know, my goal was to get us out of the van.
That is how you supposed to think about that, fam. That's the best option, right? You would want him to be able to give the best performance possible.
Get us into a tour bus. My priority also too was to make sure that he was safe and feels comfortable everywhere he goes. You got to understand, Ryan has inspired these people like no artist has inspired someone before. These people have stories to tell, and they're willing to do anything it takes to tell their story to Ryan. So I just knew that, you know, to be able to give the best show, Ryan had to feel safe everywhere he went.
One of the differences with Ryan is a lot of people, a lot of artists, or a lot of actors I've worked with, actresses, they have fans where I think Ryan has more like believers. People that really, truly...
That's a good way to think about it.
Trying to do and say...
Ryan had such a stage presence.
It's amazing to think about
the
it.
Sound quality matched that. Wanted to make sure that the light show and make sure that the props that we had on stage matched that. And it was very important to show everybody else that with hard work and dedication...
So your shows look so dope. Shows look fun as hell, fam. I know they got to be fun as hell to go to.
Same thing that everybody else can with a major label behind.
That's what everybody tells.
That's exactly what we did.
Well, my brother did front of house at the time, and he called me up and he's like, "Man, I need help. These shows are getting insane, and I'm having a problem with, you know, being in 2 places at once, being front of house and being on stage." So I came on as like a stage manager and helping out there, and just seeing how the shows were.
Wow, his shows are really like well thought out. They're a huge part of like him bringing his music to the audience.
Bigger and bigger.
So it makes sense that he would have all these people to make sure that everything's in order.
And more crazy.
Wow.
Just, like I said, the intenseness of the crowd ready to see the show. Like I said, I've worked with many bands who toured all over, and almost with every band you go to a show and you're like, oh,
of us. But never, not with them. Rarely not a sold out show. I'm not going to say I've never done an unsold out show with them, but rare is it not sold out. Nowadays, we have no ceiling. We want to do the craziest thing. We want people to leave a show and be like, "Oh my God, did you freaking see what just happened?" Just over the top shows. And because they're bringing the high energy. I just hired a monitor guy, and his first show with us, he's watching the crowd from the stage because he stands beside stage, and the crowd grabs the grate and just starts shaking the grate. And he looks over at me, and I'm like, "Oh, that's what I'm talking about." Like, and it's not, at first like, "Oh my God," but you're okay. They're just, yeah.
So Rock the South, this is really the big tester right here, man. He invited me down, right? He got the VIP pass. So I thought, dude, I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. I really didn't know how big it was going to be. I get there, fucking huge line. I'm like, bro, like, fuck yeah. I'm like, I still wouldn't, I'm seeing all this shit. I'm like, damn, this is getting kind of big. This is bigger than damn fair, you know what I mean? I thought it was a fair, really, like a fair event. Start walking around.
Damn.
Dude, there's tens of thousands of fucking people everywhere. It was kind of fucked up. Like, I wasn't ready for that. I went from a show at the warehouse of like maybe a couple hundred people to down. This dude is in, Rock the South.
Hey, fam, people rock with Upchurch, man. They genuinely rock with your boy, and it's deserved.
South. And, I'm still grasping what it was because we got there early. There's 10,000 people there. And he's like, look, he's like, I'm probably going to piss these people off. I'm like, why is that? He's like, they didn't tell me, they didn't give me all these rules. He's like, they didn't tell me I can't have a flag. They didn't tell me I can't say certain things. They told me I couldn't cuss. All this shit. He's like, but fuck it. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Do what you want to do. Yo, fam, I rock with Upchurch, man. And that's one of the plethora of reasons. He's going to do whatever he want to do, man.
Like,
he ain't with the
most people want this opportunity to be getting the big shit. He's like, fuck the big shit. I ain't trying to get up there. He's like, I'm going to still do my thing. He's like, they invited me down here. He's like, I didn't call them. They invited me. The first thing this motherfucker does when he gets on stage, brings that shit up that they didn't want him to do something and pulls a rebel flag out of his pocket. You know what I'm saying? He plays some of his hit songs, cussing, singing, yelling. The whole motherfucking place stands up, and he plays, I think, Come and Get It. I think motherfuckers are jumping, spilling beer, throwing beer. Fucking dude, he was hype as fuck. And I think that's when you got all the big wigs really looking at you in one spot, and all these other people looking at you in one spot, other country people looking at you in one spot, and you got the whole motherfucking place jumping like they ain't never seen, singing every fucking word of your goddamn song. My boy's gonna keep going to the top, no matter what the fuck the goddamn outcome, no matter the circumstances, he's going to the top all the way.
When Ryan first started, I remember all the way back, he basically went and did a show, and I think there was 40 people there. And, one of the first shows, and it'll probably kill me for even saying it, I think he forgot.
I got to see what y'all keep telling me. There's some information I don't know.
His words. He was so nervous. He forgot his words. And he said, listen, straight up, I'll give everybody back their money if you want, or we can shoot pool. And they said, we're going to shoot pool with you. And that's what he did. He shot pool with them. Then all the way.
That's fire. That's fire.
Fast forward to Rock the South. I'm looking at this kid on the stage, and he's on these big jumbotrons and just commands the stage and doesn't care, fearless. And the day that I saw that and he came off stage, and I just couldn't even contain myself. I couldn't fathom that this person that I met so long ago on this journey had gotten to this point, and he was so meant to do it.
I think it really hit everybody when we turned around and saw Upchurch and the huge background and the light. And then you turn around and you see like this sea of people.
Mad people. Go back to that.
Around and the light. And
live people. That's a lot of people. That's a packed house right there, fam.
And you turn around and you see like, this sea of people, like you just didn't see where the people ended. And it was really cool because we saw some of the, performances before Ryan. And it was like, as soon as he stepped on stage, it was like everybody just like crowded in. You could see the entire crowd just come towards him. And
yo, can y'all send me that video, guys? Can you send it to me on Discord if you can? I want to be able to get that information.
That was the most surreal thing I think I've seen so far, was just how much Ryan belonged on that stage. How much he belongs with all those bigger names. And, I thought he should have been a headliner that year, but,
And I've done some big events, big shows, but it wasn't like, this is an independent artist here. We're the only independent artists on that big stage, that main stage. It was only us. Every other artist had played that game. No disrespect to them. So we get out there, we do our thing. We find out quickly while we're on stage that there's a ton of Upchurch fans in that crowd. They're all screaming for certain songs. We start doing Come and Get It. The whole crowd, you just see this like wave of people just jumping up. Middle of the day. People don't have time to be drinking. It was just awesome. And that was a big moment. That was kind of no looking back thing. A sign of how things are.
You people recognize the real, son. Real recognize real. And people saw his stuff and was like, oh, snap. He out here cooking. He got that heat. Let's go see what he about, man. And they was enjoying the hell out of the show. And that's why he was able to rise. Right? Him being authentic, being extremely talented, and not bowing down to the mainstream.
It changed. Not only for us, but for the industry. You just don't let independent guys get up there on some mainstream, main stage kind of event.
Dude, there is no age demographic. When it comes to my kind of shows, I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what it is I've said. Because I don't sit around thinking, what can I say to make these people like me? I just pretty much say what the fuck ever. And
crazy part is a lot of other artists do. A lot of artists, that's all they worry about. Adam Calhoun. Talking about Mises. That's all they worry about. All they worry about.
People like it. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying special or nothing. I don't know. I don't even see myself as special. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular fucking dude. But like, it's crazy. It's like I could be in towns or something, or stopping at a gas station, and it could be, a 10-year-old kid who wants a picture that has an Upchurch shirt on, or it could be literally, this has happened, it could be an 87-year-old woman with the Elvis shirt on in the front row. So there's not an age demographic, dude. It's black, white, Mexican people, freaking thug people, redneck people, skateboarders, freaking scene girls, hipster chicks, old men, bikers, basketball players, baseball players.
Say that in a hot minute.
It's everybody. It's fucking everybody.
Man, it's that scene. Man, I ain't hear that in a minute. But yeah, man, people rock with Upchurch. It's him being authentic, right? Him being a real one. That's what's getting people on the wave.
But I love everybody, so I guess that's why a lot of different kind of people show up.
Literally, all ages. I mean, it's relatively young, but you get your 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old dudes like, yeah, man, let's go to church. Sometimes I'm like, what? And sometimes, like I said, it'll surprise you who does, or you just people you wouldn't expect. It's not just rap. It's not just rock. It's country. It's a little.
That's a old country woman. Like good music too. Facts. There's no age limit to good music, bro. I listen to songs from all different eras, fam. Right? My mom put me on to some amazing stuff. My mom is somebody that still to this day, if she hear a good song, she don't care when it was made. She will buy that album for that one song and play that song on repeat. I remember my mom did that with Maroon 5, my nigga. Heard one of us playing, well, who made that song? Okay. And like the next day, I hear that shit on repeat. I'm like, Ma, you went and bought the album? Yeah. For that one song? Yep. Right, so yeah, man, music is just good. Music is good music.
A little bit of everything. So he's got a little something for everybody.
No age limit to
shows and in our shows, because literally there'll be an entire family that, like, literally they've been waiting all year for the show. And when we're getting onto the plane, both stewardesses and the pilot knew who Ryan was. And this was pretty early on. And it really messed with me. It messed with my head. I thought it was awesome. We get on there like, hey guys, and they really were talking about it. They went up to him. They both went up and talked to him about it. And Ryan, of course, was super humble about it. But even the dang pilot knew who he was. Not that pilots are, the king of England, but I just didn't picture this little, perfectly dressed pilot guy to be like, "It's Upchurch." Yeah. That's when it hit me. I was like, "Wow, we're sitting here jumping airports and he's getting recognized. This isn't just going
the king of England
gas stations."
I didn't know if it would ever reach this big, but it happened a lot faster than I anticipated, for sure.
No. Not that I didn't have faith in him, because I did. I knew that whatever he did, he was going to do it to the fullest extent. He was going to be great at it. Just like I've always told him, I don't care what you do it the best you can, and you love it, and it will turn into something big, And, oh my gosh, no, this is like huge. Huge. I did not know it was going to get this big.
In the beginning, when me and Ryan locked in, I knew that we could make history together. Add what Stoner was doing, bringing a better quality, and me bringing these better visuals, I knew that ultimately we could do something that no one has done before. And I'm very, very proud of everything that we've accomplished together. I find myself in certain situations.
I'm so happy I watched this. I feel like I learned a lot, actually. I feel like I learned a lot, man, in a good way. All right. Seeing his growth from like his perspective and view from day one has been amazing.
Ryan, knowing that the things that we're doing right now,
he's just been able to be himself.
We are making history.
So dope.
They show up so early. That's crazy. I love it though, man. It's wild. It's still like, I don't know. It's hard to believe, I guess. Yeah. It's really hard to believe. But I appreciate the fuck out of it, though. It's,
humble as hell.
I don't even know what to call it. Like, it's not a weird experience. It's just, I think the right word is surreal. A surreal experience. It's something I'm grateful for. It's changed my life. These fans have changed my life. This music has changed my life.
It's like you can't
they just
believe
don't
it.
know. They have no idea how much it's changed my life. They don't. They listen to the songs and jam out to them with their friends and stuff, but they don't. They have no idea how they've changed my life. They don't even know. I just wish they did know.
So many people come to him, and if I've heard it once, I've heard it, I don't know, a dozen times. Your son saved my life. Your son saved my life. Didn't have any faith in myself. I didn't feel like I could do anything. Your son gave me.
This is what happens when you're a real artist, man. Your music actually reaches and touches people's soul, bro. It's not that generic, regular bull crap where you're just saying whatever other artists are saying, right? You can tell the difference between a real artist and a fake artist. And Upchurch is a real artist.
Strength or courage. And it's just like the lyrics, his lyrics, y'all have heard them, his lyrics are amazing. They really get people like pumped up, and fired up. And people have come to me so many times through my emails, through my DMs on Instagram, and even at shows. And they're like, your son is so inspiring. He's so positive. He's made a major impact on my life. When things are going really bad, helped me turn around and be more positive. And that is what every mom wants to do. He wears his heart on his sleeve. What you see is what you get, and he's authentic. And I think people know that. And that's why I think so many of his fans have, like I said, they'll tell me these things when I see them at the shows and stuff. I feel like I know your son. I feel like I know he's not my family, and I know we're not personal friends, but I feel like he's my friend. I think he still doesn't understand the impact, the whole impact he's had on the fans. I do think he knows what he's done to the industry.
Realness, I'm trying to tell
voice of the voiceless. He says things, there are a lot of people that can't articulate and put the way they feel into words like Ryan can. And I think that's why he's so you connect with him so well. That's why his fans connect. That's why I connect. He inspires.
I'm walking in them rocks barefoot. He living dangerously. Also, thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, Katarina, and thank you, Buck. I got you guys. Right after this, I got you.
As I said before, everyone has a story, and those stories are all valid. People have a big thing to talk about, to bring to Ryan, or maybe even just to tell us about their connection with the group or the movement. But that night, I come outside, and they're like, hey, talk to these people real quick. I go over and talk to them, and within like 20 seconds, they're telling me how their son had just died on a motorcycle accident about 10 days before.
Oh my God.
By far, Upchurch was he lived for Upchurch. They showed me his motorcycle helmet, how it had RHC on it, and Upchurch on the other side. And within seconds of talking to me, the mom just busted out in tears. So I gave her a hug. I got this mom I've never met before, crying profusely in my shoulder. And the father, I look over at him, and he just starts thanking me. Like, just telling me how thankful they are that we brought joy to their son's life who just passed away. He hit me real hard.
Damn.
They all, anyway, I said, well, what are you guys doing here? And they said, we just wanted to be around what he loved so much. We want to be a part of that. And that was a big thing for me. That hit me hard.
Hitting me hard.
I don't think he realizes how far he can go, and he's gone so far because he's done so much. But I just think there's a whole lot more to come. And so, yeah, he's still going to be doing music, but he's going to be doing other things too.
I think he's going to be one of those legends that people will always continue to play, and he's going to continue to put out music. And that's the thing about a lot of legends. I don't know if they get tired of doing it or what, but they quit putting out music. So they're called a legend because you still listen to their old stuff. Well, who's to say if they continued to put out music, even if they were 70, 80 years old, that they wouldn't be a legend, they would be a today. Well, I feel that Ryan will be a today for a long time because he's not nowhere near the point of stopping on doing music.
And it's just true. I'm his best friend. This is coming from my perspective. I thought that we was going to hit the peak button.
I got you.
Really.
How you doing?
But this dude's talent, and I'm not just saying this because he's my friend. This dude's fucking talent, once again, where he has mastered the art of
killing it,
doing his fucking thing and making fucking hits. Once again, I thought it would already kind of plateau out and hit its climax, but
he's still going.
He fucked everybody up when he just dropped this all country album. Number one again. Number one in fucking country rap. Number one in fucking the rock.
That's what happens when you talented, man.
Number one.
That's what happened when you got actual talent, fam. That's what happened when you got actual, genuine talent. That's what happens. 100%.
One in the fucking country rap. Well, I'm not saying country rap. It's just fucking country now. Number fucking one, bro. He can stop right now and still stay on top forever.
I see us going nowhere but up. Just because it's been that steady incline. We haven't taken any steps back. It's been all bigger shows, and like, so I feel like now when we do start headlining those arenas, and I don't know, I guess that's when you can say you've made it. But to me, like, I don't think we've made it just yet.
We made it.
We're close. We're making it. But
this is an older video.
But it's right there. Right there.
You told
Isaiah, you made it. Upchurch is up there, boy.
You're going to ask that question, and it's a hard one because you could tell me, like, if I left the group and didn't see you guys for years and years, and you'd be like, dude, Ryan's a politician now. I'd be like, I can see that just because he's so good with people. And I see him with people, and, it's not like, oh, my God, you're famous. And he's like, hey, get away from me. He's like, oh, man, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? He's not... Yeah, he doesn't have the head of a famous person. It'd be great if he was politician, but let's not run him.
We all base our dreams off of him.
He's humble. He didn't forget who the hell he was, like a lot of people that do. They forget who they was.
Of what others have done before.
Any one of those people.
And with what he's doing, no one's done before him. So I guess I have to say the beauty is that I don't know. I love that I don't know. If I knew, then there'd be a limit. There'd be a time limit. There'd be the end to it. Dude, he's broke the rules. No one does this. No one has that kind of fan base. No label. They just don't. If they do, it's some niche thing that pans out year to year. So I guess I would happily say I don't know.
Look, Ryan Upchurch was a country boy from the sticks who went against the grain of Nashville, Tennessee, who stayed true to himself, and in the process defined what an independent artist really was. And I think
tell him, speak on it.
Ultimately, that's what he'll be remembered for.
Hard ass record. This is a dope ass record. I've been bumping this joint nonstop since. The outro directed. That's fire.
My name is Golden
He made the whole joint.
When I die, I'm gonna be a fucking legend. I'm gonna be a fucking legend. Gonna live past 27 with them
crashed into that joint. It's crazy.
From my house so pearly white, you think it's heaven. Still rocking clothes, looking ratchet like I don't give a shit.
Let me see. Is it gonna be?
Cause once upon a time I
the video?
for that slick
Yeah, this is the end.
and I cherish the times I counted them niggas.
This is the end. It's the credits. This was dope, bro. I ain't gonna front. Hold on, let me see. I don't want to miss any of the.
James will still be jamming.
All right, that's what's up. This was dope. I enjoyed the hell out of it, fam. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But tell me what you guys think down in the comment section, fam. Upchurch came a long way, fam. I respect the hell out of his grind. Tell me what you think down in the comment section. That was dope. I enjoyed that, fam. That was a dope video, dope documentary. It told me a lot, right? I learned a whole lot. Super cool.